Okay, so my project was over zodiac signs and stars. And it was really interesting how it worked because it's not really how I thought it was going to. Before everything about zodiac signs, just a little bit of background knowledge on stars I think was really important. So I found out that if a star moves to a different place each night, then it's actually not a star, it's really a planet. And planet really means wanderer in Greek, which is why they're named planets. There are more than 100 billion stars in the Milky Way galaxy, and obviously stars are found in groups called galaxies, but they can be 100,000 light years in diameter. The closest known star to our solar system is Proxima Centauri, which is, I'm pretty sure that's 40,208,000,000,000 kilometers away, but I'm not 100% sure if that's the right number. It's 4.2 light years away, and 1 light year equals 6 trillion miles. Light travels at 186 miles a second, so stars are so far away that it takes their light a lot of time to reach us. So the light we're seeing from Proxima Centauri is actually 4.25 years old. So we're seeing it as it was 4.25 years ago. And some of the stars that we see are thousands of light years away. So the creation of zodiac signs is credited to the Babylonians, but it became a highly regarded science when it reached the Greeks with the work of Plato and Aristotle. The Romans were the ones who gave it the names and spread it throughout the world, and it started out for predicting agricultural events, but then it eventually spread to giving advice to kings and emperors, which then turned into giving advice to normal people. So the astrologers knew it took 12 lunar cycles, or a year, for the sun to return to its original position. So they identified 12 constellations that they thought were related to the seasons and gave them names. There are fire signs, water signs, air signs, and earth signs. So then the other part of my project was the quiz that I asked you guys to do, because I was really interested in seeing what people's different signs were and how they felt they matched their personality. So I asked whether or not people thought their zodiac sign matched their personality, which is the pie chart over on the far right. And 75% of people said yes, and 25% of people said no. Then I asked on a scale of 1 to 10 how people thought that it matched their personalities, and I got those answers. So I have a bunch of percentages, but they're really confusing because they're all part percentages. And then I thought overall it worked pretty well. Something that I think really challenged me in this project was not knowing exactly what I wanted to research and how much. And if somebody else were to do this project, I would probably tell them to know in advance how much of everything they wanted to research and exactly what they wanted to research, because I had a lot of extra information I didn't end up needing. The end.